ProTinkerToys.com, and this is the last day of the show here in Vegas, and we are at the Imex booth. That's where I'm at, Imex booth. And we've got Bill, the owner, right there. That's Bill, the owner of Imex. Imex or IMAX? IMAX, and that's Nancy. And that is Denny, Kenny.
Jones. How you doing? This is Gus.
And we're just kind of here looking at all the stuff. We have most of IMAX. The stuff is in here. He's got some new stuff coming out. So let's kind of go over the booth here. Howdy, Brian. So you all already know we have the Shoguns and the rock crawlers and the sliders and the adventures. And then they have this, these are not as expensive as the other vehicles that we have, but they have these RC vehicles. They're mid-price point. RC equipment. You have buses, and then you have excavators and police vehicles. That's a cool fire engine right there. And then they have all this Q-High. Is it called Q-High, right? We have all this Q-High building. It's kind of like Lego Technic. And then they have Force of Valor, which we got the Force of Valor model kits. Okay. And then they have all these Hulu, all these weird Chinese names. Hulu, Huli, Hulin. And these are construction vehicles. We don't have this line right now, and I'm going to look into that. That's next line. And then they got a whole new selection of brick guns with motorized. They shoot little pellets out of them, and they have a battery box, L motor, Pro motors, and this is all Technics, high-end Technics in a sense. I mean, it's the same type of construction. Then he has a whole new selection of RC coming out, and these are really nice. Look at that Porsche 911. These are all RC cars. Check out that Ford GT. They're almost die-cast quality. Well, they are die-cast quality, but they're remote control. And these are kind of similar to the older ones. He had these die-cast RC cars, but they were more HO. They're all like that big. These are a lot larger. 14th and 24th. And then we already have the Oxford bricks, the Tiger tank. He used to be a distributor, hobby distributor. Now he just kind of dabbles in just about everything. They got a lot of junior kits for kids, kind of like DIY type things, where you can build your own vehicles. Check these out. Those are kind of cool. Building blocks, kind of like plastic erector sets. And then these are your Jurassic World. We have those sets. Then he has construction sets. And then he has a million puzzles, which we're beginning to sell more and more puzzles, which is really sweet. So he has lots of puzzles. And then he has some really cool new RC coming out. We have these rippers, high-speed drift tanks. Check out these high-speed drift tanks. Check out those things. Okay? And then he has these Humvees. These are 1/10 scale. These are huge. Okay? And so this is most of. Then we have our closeout table here, which items he's trying to move out to get room for new stuff. And this is a new item here. I'm going to get these here. It's kind of like, what is that? Ninja, Nagoya? Can't think of it. Nagago, that's right. Ninjago. So this is all the stuff that Imex makes, or he brings in. And this is his booth. And then if you're looking for palm trees, bamboo trees, these are all bamboo trees. Check out these bamboo. They make these.
Get your palm trees there.
I like the Ripsaw tank RC. Yes, I know, Adam. I knew you would, and that's why we're going to be getting them, Adam. I'm going to order the Ripsaw tanks. Those are not coming in yet. They're supposed to be here in June. That's if the sea container gets across the Pacific. Let's see what else they got. The Ripsaw tanks. Those are cool. And then what else? So this is the last day of the show, guys. I guess there's going to be some big event at the store today, Mandy's Vision or something. Mandy's got no vision. She's my daughter-in-law, okay? The only vision she has is whatever vision I want her to have. So this is the last day of the show. It's been a pretty good show. It's busy, busy, busy. Lots of stuff, lots of new stuff. And what else we got over here? Yeah, we got most of everything. Lewis and Clark little action figures. You know we have that. I was just watching the stream when you were sitting in the Walmart parking lot. It was hilarious. LOL. You'll be flying back. Yes, I'll be flying back tomorrow. I leave tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. That means I'm going to go to bed at I don't know when I'm going to go to bed. So I got to be at the airport by 4. So that means if I go to bed, I'm going to have 4 hours of sleep. And then the problem is that I won't go to sleep because I'll be paranoid that I'm going to miss my alarm and then I'll sleep. And so I'll actually get 2 hours of sleep. So technically, I'll get to the airport with which I'll be exhausted. And so then I'll fly across and hopefully I'm going to sleep. That's what I want to do. I want to sleep the whole flight because it's like sitting in a sardine can. They basically stand you up now when you get in these airplanes. They stand you up and they strap you in and your butt sits on like a little chair and they put like 10 of you in one little area. Okay. And then you sit there and you just kind of fall asleep. And then they lean you back like you're like a log. Okay. And then you sit there and then they take off and no, I'm kidding. You sit in a regular chair, but it's like a sardine can. Okay. I'll be home tomorrow night at race night for 7 because we're going to be selling the 57 Bel Air, the Blurple one. So make sure that everybody gets their Blurple, 57 Blurple, because that goes on sale tomorrow. And also, we're going to sell one case of the black 57 Bel Air. One case. So make sure you're ready on your computer. Beep, 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 beep. And that's kind of what's going on right now. We are looking. I'm looking at getting some hemp items. We're going to start carrying hemp items, hemp cigars and hemp this and hemp that. And let me show you. I'm going to show you the new item we're getting. They're called homies. Okay. So these are little. These are just awesome, guys. Check out these homies we're getting. And this is a company that's out in California. They're called Homies, and they are just really cool. They're little figures. Let me show you these little figures, okay? So I can't show you everything, but I want to show you these little figures. Check out these little figures. So they're called Homies, and you collect them. There's about 20 of these guys, and you get 2 chasers, which are these 2 guys right here. Aren't these just the most awesomest things? Oh, these are going to sell like crazy. I can't wait to get them. Isn't that awesome? And then we're going to have the packets, and these will be coming in pretty soon, next week, hopefully. A new item at ProTinkerToys.com, ProTinkerToys.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell button. And let's see what else. Oh, we're also going to be carrying Hustler cigars. No, I'm just kidding. We're not carrying Hustler cigars. Uh, and this is another RC company. These have really different type of RC vehicles. This one is really cool. Let me show you these videos. Yes, homies were, but they kind of went away and they're back now.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
At the end, you're gonna buy something.
I'm working on it.
Like it?
And they've got no, this is the camera.
We got many more. We got many more, brother. No, not here. More than 30 styles. Not here.
I know.
30 styles. You also in the toys business.
Yes.
Maybe do something together.
I want to. So that's another item. There's just so much here, guys. It's not as much as Toy Fair because they're not having Toy Fair anymore. They got canceled because of the COVID crap and just so much screw up. So Toy Fair was canceled in New York. It was just 3 weeks. It would have been 3 weeks ago. Just 3 weeks ago, it was in New York. It would have been in New York, and they canceled it. Just all of a sudden, canceled it. And now everything is open. Go figure that. Well, that's because of the State of the Union. You don't want to get it going on Ukraine. I would literally explode. My head would explode in absolute anger. But what other really cool item did we? I already showed you this. It's alive stuff. But there's a couple other items I found. We got our new baskets so that when you come in the store, you're going to have a shopping basket. You saw that item. And here, I want to show you this item real here. We haven't pulled the trigger on it yet because I haven't really decided yet. But I want to have him explain to you what this item is. It's kind of cool. It's called Gel Storm. And I'll let the guy explain to you what Gel Storm is. Okay, go.
Okay, so gel storm is based off a 7mm gel pellet. So
Gel pellet,
yep,
and that's what these look like before they're waterized.
Yeah. So one packet is 10,000 rounds, and that's what 10,000 rounds looks like.
So that's 10,000 rounds of
10,
gel pellet, and these are just water. All it is water.
Water based. So you
water based.
Soak them in water for about 4 hours.
4 hours.
Non-toxic. Biodegradable, and when they break up, they don't stain. So good for indoor and outdoor.
Good indoor and outdoor.
They're only coming out at 150 feet per second.
150 feet per second, okay.
So they're designed for kids, so when the kids get shot by these, they're not going to run away crying and say, hey, I don't want to play anymore.
Well, that's what I want to get them for my kids and shoot Frankie and David. So go ahead and shoot me right here. Here, hold on. Let's get a picture of me being shot. Okay, go ahead. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Oh, David's going to love that. So you basically fill this up with those little pellets.
That's correct, yeah. So just unscrew.
And it's battery operated. You don't need anything other than batteries.
No, you get everything in the box, so you get the battery.
So you get everything in the box. This is whole thing right here.
Battery, chargers, safety goggles. You get a pack of 10,000 rounds.
10,000 rounds. And you say this was designed in Australia, right?
Yeah, so we've the company over in Australia decided to get operations up and running in America.
Right.
So we've got 18 retail stores back home. But in America, we don't really want to be doing retail stores. We prefer to have retailers buy wholesale off us.
I see, okay. And so you get a bag of these. You put them in water
for 4 hours.
For 4 hours minimum.
Yep. You don't want to rush.
Right, because you want them to soak up as much as you can.
You want them to form properly.
Correct.
If they're too small, then what's going to happen is they might not feed properly, or you're going to get spattering of like little tiny gels.
And you can actually use in regular gun. You have these guns too, then, huh?
They shoot the same gels. So have you heard of airsoft?
Yes, airsoft.
Yeah, so
yes.
the 6mm solid pellets, they hurt a lot.
They do.
Yeah, they're coming out at 450 feet per second. These ones are coming out at 240 feet per second. So bare skin, yes, you'll get little red marks, but if you're wearing a pullover, you're going to feel it, but it's not going to hurt you. So standard AR controls, charging handle, just initially feeds the gels up into the chamber.
Really?
Yep, standard AR controls, so you've got semi-automatic, and then you've got the fun selector going to full auto.
Oh my gosh. Get it, Brian. That's sweet. That is very cool. Do you eat anywhere you enjoy? Let's see here. So we're getting so much. We don't have a lot of viewers, but we have enough.
Yeah.
That's cool. So these are the little gels. So those are what the gels look like, guys. And they've been, so they start like this, real tiny, and then they absorb all that water, and they just dissolve when you get hit. That's amazing. And they have different colors.
And different types. So these ones actually hit a little bit harder.
Oh, they do.
Yeah. And these ultra elites here, they sort of form more like a solid BB pellet, but they still break up on impact.
Do they?
So a lot of competition players use these sorts, so they get a little bit further distance, and they do a little bit more damage to the opposing team.
Ah, I see. That's cool.
Yeah. And any gels that you don't use, as long so if you mix them up in a bucket,
yep,
and you leave a bit of water in there, if you put a lid on there, it seals it airtight. So then the gels won't dry out, and you can reuse them up to 3 months later.
So what happens if you don't? Okay, so if you leave them alone, they'll all stick to each other, correct?
Eventually, the water will evaporate.
And they'll stick to each other.
Yeah, and then you'll have to throw them out. But these ones, we prepared these at the US SHOT Show here in Vegas 6 weeks ago. And as long as you've got an airtight seal on it and a little bit of moisture in there, they'll stay good for weeks, if not months.
Really? Huh. Interesting. So that is called Gel Storm, a new item. What do you think of that, guys? I've got their card.
I came back right away.
Gel Storm. The only thing that was hindering me, I mean, they're a nice system. The price point is $60 a car, so $59 a gun, which it's got a battery, it comes with ammo, comes with goggles. I mean, so it's a whole complete kit. It is cheaper than paintball. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, guys, we will call it. We're going to call it quits right now, and we might come back and do another one later. What other item? There was one other item I wanted to show you guys that I saw. What was that item that I saw yesterday? What did I see yesterday that I wanted to show you guys? I showed you the sonic ball, that flying ball. Oh, when I get back, so we got the Horizon Club Sport, and I'm going to demo that because it's got some really cool auto feature. So when you're flying it, it will automatically land if it cuts off. There's some really cool features about it. So I'm going to be demoing that when I get back. And that's the sport 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 cub sport cub 2 sport cub 2, and we're looking at getting a couple different I was talking to the owner of Pegasus Hobbies, which is out in California, big hobby store. They also make model kits, Mobius models and Pegasus, and he was saying that there's a couple other airplanes that I should be getting also. It's really cool when you come to these shows, you talk to other retailers, and they'll tell you, hey, here's what's popular for me, and you kind of you do some networking. It's really networking, and that's the thing that a lot of people, they never want to do trade shows, and that's the biggest downfall of a retailer, is that if they don't do a trade show, they're not going to learn, they're not going to see what's new, they're not going to get outside of their box. A lot of times retailers just will stay in their store and they don't want to research or look for new items, and it gets kind of stale. And it's always, they do. Mobius does make good models. It's always good to get out and check out what's new, because there's always something new. There's always something new. All right, so guys, I'll be coming back maybe later in the day, but for right now, we're going to say adios, amigos. And don't forget to check ProTinkerToys.com, ProTinkerToys.com. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell button, and we will see you later.